Hi everyone, Susan Davis here from New Herbs Nutrition. Today I'll be showing you how I put my kimchi together. So I've got all my ingredients together. I think it is 2 o'clock, so I'm just going to start easy on some of the, talk about the vegetables and then put it together just to see if somebody wants to join us. But if you don't, not to worry, you can catch up on the video later because I will post it on my site. So, just tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Susan Davis. I am a qualified nutritional therapist and chef. I have a lot of experience working with people with gut issues, digestive problems, etc. I've experienced it in firsthand in my own family. My son has autism and lots of digestive problems. Especially from a young age. So I've always used, once I've learned about the benefits of fermented foods, I've incorporated them into his diet to help with some of his gut issues. So I am quite passionate about the health benefits of fermented foods. So today I'm going to put some kimchi together, and kimchi is a fermented food from Korea. It's basically some Chinese Napa cabbage, which I have prepared. I've chopped it up and salted it and drained it, and now it's ready to be mixed with a spice paste, which and some other vegetables, which I will put together right now. I'm just going to get some spring onions. It's my son's alarm. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I think we'll start with chopping up the vegetables, and then we'll do our spice mix. So here I'm going to chop up some daikon. I've peeled it already, and I like chopping mine into matchstick shapes. It's like just like a giant radish. It's not that spicy in flavour, and it gives it kind of a nice, the ferment a nice texture. I don't need this bowl, so let's do a little transfer. And as I chop them like this, I'll be popping them in here. Kimchi is really nice to eat with like cooked meats and things. Today I'm going to do a vegan kimchi. Quite a lot of people are going vegan in the new year. Sometimes when people come to my fermentation workshops, they don't want to, traditionally it's made with sort of fermented fish sauce or with the addition of shrimp paste, but some people don't want to try it because they're vegan. So of this batch I'll be making a vegan version of the kimchi, and I'm going to use some Bragg's amino to season it. Let me come to that. So I'm just chopping up the this giant radish. If any of you come aboard, give us a thumbs up, and so I know that you're there. Say hello. And if you like, obviously, you can ask some questions, so I don't feel alone. And I've got a carrot. Let's make them shorter. So I quite like the flavour density of kimchi. It's quite a quick ferment. It gets ready in about 5 to 7 days, obviously depending on the temperature environment. It's got quite a nice slight sweetness to it, and lots of spicy chilliness, and even like just when you're putting it together, when you do the paste, the chili paste, it's very fragrant with all the garlic and ginger in there. It's just simply smells divine. and when the flavours develop during the fermentation process, you end up with a fermented, shall we say, accompaniment to main meals that is simply delicious. I use it to do lots of different dishes, serve it with meats and noodles. Kimchi fried rice is quite nice, stuff like that. I'm just now going to chop my spring onions and shake out the water. And this bit here. So, just put in some kimchi, and I'm just going to go and get the grater for my grating the ginger. So I'm using fresh ginger. You can vary the amount you put in it depending on how you like it. For my kimchi, the recipe I'm using works well for my taste buds. I use a higher ratio of garlic to ginger, but if you want yours more gingery, you can always change that ratio if you like. Let's just smash the garlic a bit. So I'm going to use about 5 cloves of garlic for this batch. So the batch is made with 1 whole cabbage. I'm just going to go and get my grater. So ginger. Okay, here we go. Some grated ginger. Quite fibrous, so when you grate it instead of chopping, you can release lots of juice, and it's quite easy to mix it in. So that should be enough. About a teaspoon of grated ginger there. I'm just going to put this in a glass bowl. You can see how I make my paste. Maybe a touch more. Keep all that lovely juice in there. Ginger is quite a lovely anti-inflammatory spice. It's good for digestion and it's good for circulation. And if you've got inflammation and stuff like that, it's really good. And garlic, again, one of those wonderful herbs to use in cooking. It's very therapeutic. It's good for heart health. It's very antimicrobial properties in garlic, so I like to use it in abundance in my cooking, especially in this cold flu season. I do recommend that everybody should make it part of their main part of their diet and meals. I've got to do this demonstration really fast because I forgot to charge my phone, and any moment we can run out of batteries. Okay, so that's nearly done. Now we can add in the spices. There we go. Okay, what we're going to do next, so I've got some grated ginger and garlic in there. We're going to add 1 tablespoon of palm sugar, which is this lovely sticky gooey stuff here. I've got, 1 tablespoon of palm sugar. Actually, let's do the dried spices first so we don't end up in a mess. Chili powder. Now, with your chili powders, it's best to put less than too much, so you can kind of adjust always the recipe to your requirements. For this one, I'm going to put about 2 teaspoons, and then I'm going going to add some chili flakes to it. I can get in there. Let's see if we can open that jar. There we are. One, about two. That should be enough. And 1 tablespoon of palm sugar. That should be enough. That goes in there. And now I'm going to add my aminos, my Bragg's aminos, which is made with soya. It gives it a really sort of nice umami flavour. Normally we'd use fish. Some fish sauce, this is the one I use. However, as I said, I'm making this kimchi vegan, so I'm using Bragg's aminos. You could use tamari if you like, which is again like a soy sauce. So I'm going to add about, how much am I going to add? That's 2 to 3. Let's go for 2 and a bit. There we are. So we've got all that in there. We just need to mix this about and then make into a delicious paste. There's a few whole garlic left in there, but I'm not worried about that because, you know, when this is fermenting, everything, microbes and stuff, bacteria is going to digest that, spit it out and do whatever they do to it, and all the flavour will just kind of mix in everything. That smells really nice already. So I want to just really mix that sugar in there. See, it's turning into a really nice paste. So what I'm going to do next is, I've got my cabbage here. I think what I'm going to do is make it in the big steel bowl, and that will give me lots of space to crunch everything up. I normally would use gloves, but I haven't got any today. Just trying to get it to a spot where you can. I also like making this kimchi, like cutting the cabbage into like quarters and eighths and stuff, depending on the size of the cabbage. But oh, look at that chili paste, that's gorgeous. Yeah, but when you just chop it up like this, it makes it kind of quite easy. So now I'm just going to mix everything together. I'm tempted to knead that with my hand, but I'm going to see if I can get away with not using any hands. And it really does smell so wonderful. That mixture of ginger and the garlic, it's just amazing. Okay, I'm going to squash it out with my hands now. So there you go. Don't be shy. So once this is fermented at room temperature for about 5 to 7 days, just pop it in the fridge and, you know, just take it out and eat it when you want to. So we're looking at something like that. Now the saltiness of the sauce, so I've helped the cabbage a bit by mixing with salt and filtered water, and just let that sit for about 2 hours already. And then I've took it out of the water mixture and let it strain away. And now it's just going to wilt down even further. And what we're going to do is pack it in a sterilized jar, and just kind of we want everything to be submerged once it's in there. So here we go. You can see this lovely juices are starting to run already. Just keep kneading it for a little bit longer, and then that should be ready to be put in the jar. Just get it starting fermenting. And this is such a quick ferment. In a couple of days you'll see it'll start like bubbling away. It's just really amazing. But the most important thing is to keep it submerged underneath the liquids If you've got a proper weight on top, if not, just press it down, and you can sort of cover the surface with a thick food bag, a clean stone wrapped in cling film, you know, anything goes. Now I'm just going to go and get my jar, and what I do sometimes, I just pop it in the jar or container. I've made kimchi even in a jar like that, and press it down with some weight and a plate on top, and then you can just leave it for a few hours and get back to it and then push it down again, because the cabbage as it sits will start releasing its waters. So now I'm just going to taste a bit, and then I'm going to go and get my jar. That's tasting lovely already. Okay, so we've got one kimchi ready to go in its beautiful jar. There we are. And that goes in there like that. Popping it in there. It's all lovely and mixed. A vegan kimchi without any fish sauce. And you see all those juices down there? Look, pouring in the juices. All the flavour into the jar, pack it in. I love those colours as well. This could brighten up any dull food. Even fry it with some eggs in the morning. Have a spicy start. If it's really cold, that'll warm you up in no time. A chilli also help rev up your metabolism a bit. So that jar is a bit big, but that's okay. Let's get all the juices in there. That's it. Press it down. Let the liquid all rise up to the top. And you can see the liquid starting to rise to the top, and I'll be revisiting that. You can see the liquid rising to the top, I hope. It's looking great already. So that's it. Mind my dirty hands. So that's our kimchi. I'll get back to that in a few hours' time. I will press it down again, and then I'll cover the top with a little bit of weight and just let that do its job in the cupboard. Thanks for watching, guys.